all know about A Bar of Their Own, which is a sports bar dedicated to women's sports, but guess what? Now the entire country knows about it. So USA Today recently named A Bar of Their Own in Minneapolis as the best local sports bar, beating out bars like Murphy's Bleachers in Chicago and the Cubby Bear in Wrigleyville as well. So we wanted to talk about this. So joining us now is Jillian Hiscock, the owner of a League of Their Own, a Bar of Their Own, my gosh, a League of Their Own, Bar of Their Own. You know, the movie, I know. So I'm sure people do that all the time though, Jillian. First of all, congratulations. How you feeling?
Very good. It's a fun excitement, exciting announcement for our team for sure.
Yeah. So when did you know that you won this? And just tell us about the process and learning all of this.
Yeah, we were contacted about 2 months ago when they first announced that we were going to be one of the one of the candidates to be named this, and we found out about 2 days before the public found out that we had won. So it's been a wild week of trying to prepare for the announcements and then kind of getting ready with everything that happened afterwards.
What was your reaction when you got? What was it? Was it a phone call or an email? What was that?
They sent us an email. They
Okay.
sent us an email. Very excited, obviously, more than anything. Really proud of our team and that they get this recognition for all the work that they put into making our space what it is, and yeah, just kind of getting ready for the reactions of what happens after you get something like this. So it's been a lot of fun.
Jillian, I was just about to ask you that because I'm curious if anything has changed since getting this sort of recognition. Are people stopping by, more frequently now, or what?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that we've certainly seen an uptick in folks that come in and mention the award and mention that they heard about us through that. And, social media presence has definitely grown as a result of this. So we're getting followers from kind of all over the country now, which is really fun. But really, I mean, we're going to keep doing what we do, which is, prioritizing women's sports and making sure that women's sports fans have a place to come and watch the games they want to see.
And we know that you guys have not been around for nearly as long as, some of the other names on this list. So how did it get so good so fast?
Yeah, I mean, I think we really hit a part of the market that is really underappreciated and undervalued by traditional sports bars. I think that so many times women's sports fans have been overlooked in terms of what they might want. And we basically just carved out a space that said, you can have what you want here. And it's really resonated both locally here in the Twin Cities, but also obviously across the country too, with fans voting from all over the place to make sure that we had this recognition.
And let's talk about that. What are the busy times? I'm imagining now that, we've hit the preseason for the Lynx. I'm sure you have some people coming out to watch that. Tell us about the busy women's sports times that people come by.
Yeah, we're so blessed here in Minnesota in that we basically have a busy season all year round because we have so many incredible women's sports teams. So yes, we're just starting up Lynx season, but we just wrapped up Minnesota Frost season. We're in the height of NWSL soccer. The Women's College Softball World Series kicks off this weekend. So Minnesota Aurora are starting. I mean, we really have everything going on for us year round. Certainly see the most visitors during things like Lynx games and Frost games, but we had a great turnout last weekend to watch the Minnesota Aurora in their first away game, hoping to have a big crowd out to watch the Minnesota Vixen. I mean, so we're kind of busy year round in terms of women's sports here in Minnesota.
And do you all offer anything special during those times? I thought I heard one of our producers say something about a shuttle bus. Does that sound right?
We have a big thing coming up next weekend, actually, June 6th. We're doing a Minnesota women's sports doubleheader with the Minnesota Lynx and the Minnesota Aurora. So fans will have the opportunity to purchase tickets to the Lynx game at noon. And then there's an Aurora game in Eagan at 4. And we're doing a shuttle bus from the Target Center down to the TCO Stadium for the Aurora game. And then we're doing the post-game drinks over at a bar of their own afterwards. So we love doing things like that with our local teams here.
Oh, it's a party at the bar of their own. Oh my gosh.
It is.
Yeah, I need to be there. I mean, I'm imagining this because I'm just trying to think as far as your process in putting this bar together. It might not have been something that you dreamed of for so long, but you have found sort of your niche in making it work and filling those gaps. What are some of the community reactions from people who have maybe just said, this is exactly what we needed?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is the most consistent response, right? Is folks saying like, gosh, I've been waiting for something like this. And now that, we just crossed our 2-year mark, so we've been around for 2 years, and it's been great to not only obviously have regulars and folks that come in for all of the games, but also have new folks introduced to us all throughout the process here. So the USA Today thing certainly helps with that. And yeah, I would say the most common reaction is exactly that. It's people just saying like, I was always so tired of asking bartenders to change the channel, or, I never was able to watch Lynx games at a bar. So having a place that focuses explicitly on elevating those women's teams is absolutely what this market needed.
And now they don't have to change a thing because they can watch it right there at a bar of their own. Jillian, thank you so much, and congratulations on your success. This is awesome.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. Can't wait to see how the shuttle bus works. How that's fun. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.